Hi, and welcome to Stay in the Loop, where we do not judge, but we do open minds. In our previous video, we learned how to solve 2 and 3 digit dividend by 1-digit divisors using the partial quotient strategy. And in this video, we're going to be doing the same thing, just embedded within word problems. You know I love a good word problem. So allow me to put on my focals, and let's begin. Marie has 76 pencils. She wants to put the same number of pencils into 4 pencil boxes. How many pencils will Marie put in each box? I'm going to reread because we just have to make sure that we are understanding the context of the problem. So Marie has 76 pencils. So, okay, I have my total, it seems. She wants to put the same number of pencils into 4 pencil boxes. Okay. How many pencils will Marie put in each box? So each is my operative word. My number sentence should look like this. I have my dividend, which is my total number of objects, the 76 pencils. And I have my divisor because my divisor is the boxes I am housing or splitting these 76 pencils into. But what I do not know is how many pencils are going to go in each box. So that is what I'm trying to find. So, time to introduce the big 7. I have my divisor on the outside, which is 4. And on the inside of my big 7 is the dividend, which are the 76 pencils. Ultimately, I want to know how many groups of 4 can go into 76, but I'll start with just looking at the 7. 4 times 1 equals 4. And I know I can't go past that because 4 times 2 is 8, which is definitely past this 7 right here. So I'm going to use the 1. So if 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 10 equals 40. So 10 is going to be my first partial quotient. Our next step is to multiply. So 4 times 10 gives me 40. And when I subtract that, I am left with the remainder of 36. That 36 is larger than 4, so that means I can get some more groups of 4 in. And in this case, I can get exactly 9 groups of 4 because 4 times 9 gives me exactly 36. Once I'm done subtracting, I am left with the remainder of 0, which is my signifier that I'm done doing my division. So how many pencils are going to go in each of those pencil boxes? 19. And I could easily prove that by multiplying 19 times 4, and it will give me those 76 pencils. Looking at our next example, there are 456 students going on a field trip. Each school bus holds 8 students. How many buses are needed to take all the students? Rereading, there are 456 students going on a field trip. Each bus holds 8 students. How many buses are needed to take all the students? So my number sentence is going to look like this. My 456 represents that total number of objects. I do not have my grouping method because I do not have my buses. That is what's unknown, but my quotient always represents the number in each of those groups, which in this case is 8. So while I don't have my divisor, I can still use that big 7 to solve this problem to figure out how many buses. So my 8 goes on the outside with my 456 going on the inside. 8 cannot go into 4, but 8 can go into 45 because that's what's going to help me ultimately see how many 8s can go into 456. So how close can I get to 45? 8 times 5 is as close as I'm going to get because that equals 40. So if 8 times 5 is 40, we know that my next power of 10 is going to be 50. So 8 times 50 is going to be 400. And that's pretty close to that 456. So 50 is my first partial quotient. 8 times 50 gives me 400. When I subtract, I'm left with 56, which we see is larger than 8. So how many more groups of 8 can go into 56? That's exactly 7 because 8 times 7 gives me exactly 56. When I'm done subtracting, I'm left with 0. So how many school buses are needed as I split up these 456 students? 57 buses. And same as the last problem, if I multiply 57 times 8, I will get exactly 456. We come to my favorite part of our series when you get to pause the video and work through these problems independently. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, I hope your answers look like mine, specifically looking at those partial quotients. And again, if you have the same answer, but you have a lot more numbers stacked, that's totally fine. It just means that you had to take a little bit more steps, which is the beauty of partial quotient. As always, I hope that the videos were helpful. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you for episode 5. Are you in the loop?